This is oil that's coming up from 5,000 feet.
Out in the Gulf, Doug Suttles reviewed his company's response.
The offshore fleet, we actually just moved to wherever the heaviest oil is.
BP's chief operating officer coordinates 4,600 ships battling America's worst oil leak in history. On this 4-hour aerial tour, Suttles took us to this floating city, surrounded by thick oil that runs for miles. BP's broken wellhead gushes here 24/7. Many response workers call this spot Ground Zero.
I mean, could you have imagined 3 months ago you'd be looking at a scene like this and I got to fix this?
No, absolutely not. This is something you never ever wanted to see.
But Suttles, like everyone working for BP, is also fighting the stain of more bad publicity this weekend. This photograph showed BP CEO Tony Hayward yachting in England, an ocean away from the calamity in the Gulf.
I thought that was the height of stupidity, and I believe myself that he should go.
And this internal BP document estimated the daily spill, worst case, could be 100,000 barrels. That's 100 times BP's original estimate.
Do you also understand how, like, the drip, drip, drip of information, where the estimate keeps getting worse, frustrates and angers so many people?
Right. Well, it's so difficult. I mean, and I think that everyone wants to know how much oil is coming out of that well. But even the best scientists the government could put together continually are revising their estimate. Are you guys putting a claim in?
More frustration. The BP claims process for victims. In Orange Beach, Alabama, Suttles visited a claim center. But many victims who did apply complain about BP's excessive paperwork and underwhelming compensation. The company's already paid out $105 million. But like many unpaid victims, Jacob Nichols wants his. He's a deckhand on a charter boat.
It's my 4th time in here, but every time I came in, I didn't have all the information I need.
BP says the average individual claim takes only 5 days to process. The average business claim, 8. But so many people in the oil zone are so furious with the application process. And even the White House has told BP it has to do better. More victims will come forward as long as the oil leaks. And the earliest permanent plug from a relief well isn't possible until August.
I want to get out there one day when there isn't oil out there, that we've got this thing shut off.
That first relief well has to drill 18,000 feet. That's more than 3 miles below the surface of the Gulf. It's now at about 16,000 feet. Close, Katie, but not close enough to plug the leak and this spreading disaster.
All right, Mark Strassmann. Mark, thanks. We'll see you tonight on the Evening News. Thanks a lot.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.